Highly gifted, my jacket's thrifted. Watch me get a pattern shifted, just acting different. Living in my minutes, I'm catalytic. That's why they love to jack the style like it's on a Civic.
Distance learning can sometimes feel a little isolating. Feel like you're on your own. This is why we exist, Boston Broadcast. So hello, have you tuned into the stream? Go to boston.stream to go check it out. Go listen to our radio station that shows you that you are part of a community, and watch our other podcasts on this page. But there are a whole bunch of things from an academic perspective that Boston also does that provides you with a support network. You are not alone, and we're going to talk about that right now with Dr. Botha. Let's move on to some of those support mechanisms that you do have. You've mentioned some of them over the last while that we've been speaking. We hear about the centers that we have. We hear about some of these other support that we have. Maybe let's just name some of them, make sure that we sort of know exactly what this academic support is that you have, and then maybe a little bit about if you don't mind, this platform where I'm now going to have to go on and figure out where to watch my things, and this can sound a little scary to me. So maybe let's start with the academic support, then we move on to this thing we call a learner management system, and we unpack it a little bit.
So a learning management system, or an LMS, as we colloquially refer to it, versions of it is used by all higher education institutions. So and for different reasons,
sure,
and with different resources. So our learning management system is set up the moment we cue you out to sign in. We do that through emails, we do that through SMSs, we do that through induction letters, we do that through team sessions, we do that through phone calls, we do that through a visit at the support center in person.
Right.
There's different ways that we cue you up to arrive, to log in for the first time online into our learning management system.
Okay.
Once you're in, you follow the prompts and the cues you get in. You can then see all the basic information, i.e.,
okay,
more comprehensive information around how to navigate. But it's very intuitive. The platform is very intuitive. The layout is very intuitive. There's various spaces for holding information about each particular module, and then there's spaces for general information where you can see the rule books and you can access general information and other induction materials. However, so once you land and you select your module, and your module will appear, the module you registered for will appear in the learning management system. You'll select it, and once you select it, it then opens very similar, intuitively, like a Windows platform does.
Sure.
The one click takes you to the next series of steps, to the next. Throughout that journey, you're able to click a button and email an educator.
Right.
Or through that journey, you can see the contact details and you can phone the educator.
Right.
Or through that journey, you not doing the hidden part, you not clicking things, we notice you're not, and we SMS you.
Right, to
or
say
we will escalate and phone you to say
you're a bit behind, Jeb.
Grant, you've not,
like your first year.
You've not progressed. You've not been viewing the videos. You've not been logging in. You've not been going click. There's things you're not doing. What's happened? And that purpose is to simply reach out to say proactively. We don't do that at the end of the semester. We do that up front and early and throughout. Is to say, what's happening?
Sure.
What's the reason that you maybe lose your login credentials? Are you uncertain about something? Whatever the cause may be.
This is such a wonderful thing, because there is the support team behind you wanting you to succeed. And this is what's happening. They're watching, they're seeing, they're counseling, they're saying, okay, cool, where are we? How behind are we? What can we do? So just there's this thing, it feels like to me there's this nice little team behind you that wants you to succeed. And this is what they're doing. They're checking up, they're seeing they're there for you.
And seeing how they can assist. So if you fell behind for a good reason, well, it will always be a good reason that you did not, is to then just help prompt you to reorganize and retake stock. And again, if you need to be connected a layer up, so your initial contact will probably be a student advisor. In City Camp, Boston City Camp, we call them higher education student advisors. They are positioned at support centers. So if you did not do an online application and registration process only, and payment process, you probably would have visited the support center in person in one of those steps, and then you could have met one of the higher education student advisors, and one of them will be assigned to you in the background.
Okay.
So when the call is made when you're not studying, they'll at least say, if I haven't met you, I am at your support center. So you can come and meet me if need be.
And this is a real human being.
Yes.
You're assigned to that human being.
No robots, no.
No robots. You're assigned to that human being.
Yes.
And does that human being walk throughout your journry?
No. It could be. It could be by coincidence.
Sure.
That it's 1 or 2 semesters or 6 semesters, but ordinarily the plan is, it's not necessarily. People also journey and transition,
if something can take you 6 years, it's a
So that's an in-person.
Nice.
That's an in-person element as part of that support. The next layer is the educator. There is a person, a real person, again, not a robot or a piece of software that's assigned to the module primarily.
Right.
And his or her responsibilities is. One,
people lecturers?
Issue additional information and teaching and learning activity during the semester to support you. To say, we call it weekly teaching and learning moments.
Nice.
So to say there is a pre-recorded lessons, there's your textbook, there's your study plan and your path, and there's your sample assessments, there's the login for the e-libraries, etc., etc. But here's some additional information on a particular area.
Nice.
We think in week 1 is a challenge.
Do we call these people lecturers?
You're educators.
We call them educators. Okay, so there's an educator that's assigned to that particular module, to your point, and I can reach out to that educator and I can.
And the educators. So we also we don't have contract or part-time faculty that engage with students. We only have full-time employed faculty who engage and staff with students.
Okay.
So in that sense, it also sets a good quality parameter for us to say 8 to 5, if you need to contact, the educator will be there.
Beautiful.
Barring a meeting or something. And we can also monitor your engagement with the educator. We can monitor the educator's engagement to determine whether the issues being resolved or whether the appropriate support is given or not. And if it's not, then it allows us to bring a more senior educator or to bear in order to assist the individual case or the individual needs. So there's real people, real educators and real support, and they are employed full-time, so they're there to support full-time.
Right.
Whether you're part-time or full-time as the journey. Then in addition to that, in the learning management system, we also introduce the education administrators and managers and the academic and quality managers that overlay the educators and overlay the higher education student advisors. So those are further real people who support you in the journey. So if you need to make a decision about a credit, or you need to make a decision about an extension, or you're looking for a deferral, many of these individuals come to bear to assist. And you can contact them straight again through the learning management system by email. You can pick up the phone and call them, or you can do an email outside of the LMS system to them. And again, we're able to monitor those interactions and responses, and again, escalate them if we couldn't, at point of connection, solve the matter at hand. And then there's the system. And inside the system, there's these learning plans. It literally sets out all the information, all the information about this module and this semester.
Okay.
And it sets out information also about this module, how it situates in your program.
Yeah, that's
so
important.
Why am I in BizMan 1 in this thing, in this program I'm in? It situates, it also evidences for you the credits and the levels of complexity that come to bear inside this module. It also describes the demands this module will make of you in terms of time, and it also describes in great detail what the purpose and the outcome of this module will be. And then it provides you that detailed plan for the 14-15 week cycle to say exactly what you need to do in terms of which resources and where are those resources for you to access. Whether it's area in the textbook, it will say exactly, definitively, which area in the textbook when. It will say which videos where and how much, and it will indicate in the library which is the additional elements that you can log into the library via the learning management system as a single sign-on, so that you can access all the resources. You know which resources to come to bear at each moment in the journey.
Thank you so much for watching episode 13. So I kind of want to say that our numbering is all over the place, because again, I want to call this episode 13, or the next episode, sorry, episode 13 part 2, because I think there's still so much to unpack here. We're going to talk about the power of community, how Boston helps us do that in a community-centric approach to education. That's on episode 14.